Friends, I am so excited about what I'm going to share today. Hey, friends, welcome to a new journey that I am excited to bring you along with me. I have decided that I am going to create and share $1 million or more worth of value with the world by next October 29th. And the way that I will know that I've done that is that I'm going to bring in $1 million or more into my life. And I want to talk in this video about what I know about that and why I'm feeling called to share it with you. And the first reason that I am feeling called is just this like knowing. It is the call itself. And something that I've learned in my spiritual and entrepreneurship and healing journey is that inner knowing is the source and guide that I must always follow. And so it is calling me to share with you, and so I am. But then there are some more intellectual reasons that I'm going to share as well, or like more embodied knowing feelings. I don't have to categorize them, but it feels important to start with that knowing because that is something that all of us have access to and can cultivate our connection to, and it always is the right voice for us to follow. And we're following it more often than we think. And then our mind gets involved and comes up with reasons or justifications or argues with it and then leads us in a different direction. And so just recognizing that the first step is always that knowing, and how we relate to it feels really important to share. Um, Reasons that I know that it feels good and right to share this. First of all, I'm just a regular person. I'm not anyone special. I don't have any special skills except for that each and every one of us has our special and unique sauce. And so what I want you to know is if I can do this, you can do this. And so I want to invite you along on the journey. I have some ideas about what's going to take me there and how I'm going to engage in the process, but the only way to actually know is to find out. And so I want you to come with me. In part because I want you to make $1 million or more also. And what I really mean by that is that I want you to share what you uniquely are here to share, which I know is worth more than $1 million to the world and to the people who you are here to serve. I also want to share this because making a declaration and making it public is a way of holding myself accountable and therefore supporting myself in this journey. There is a tender vulnerability to go from saying, like, I have not really been making money in my business yet, other than in the very first year when I made a good amount of money, but I didn't like how it felt. And so I've been on the journey for the last 4 years of finding out how to make money and feel good about how I'm doing it and how I'm putting myself out there. And this week, I went to a sales training, selling online training by Russell Brunson's team at ClickFunnels, and it has totally changed the game for me. And I, as a result of that training, now have this sense of like, oh, here is a framework that I trust to take me from where I am to where I want to be, which is a very sky's the limit sort of destination, or not destination, because of course life doesn't have destinations, but like North Star for my business. And I trust myself to use the framework. So there's this trust of the inner and outer and the relationship between that I have not had prior to this. And with that came this just knowing I can do this and I'm going to do this. And that is what it feels like to make a decision. I went skydiving in August for the very first time. And after I went, someone asked me, like, what was the hardest part of going skydiving after spending my whole life thinking, I will never go skydiving. And the hardest part for me was making the decision. Once I have made a decision, I know that the path makes itself clear, and I have made a decision. And so I'm so excited to find out how this process unfolds and to share it. I know that vulnerable sharing and being willing to share my process, to be seen at all, and in particular to be seen learning, which necessarily means being seen making mistakes, is it's powerful for me and it's powerful for you. And especially in this world where we have so much pressure to be perfect or to put a perfect face on things, this is a powerful and necessary tonic. We only get to the deep change in our own personal lives and in our collective lives by being willing to be seen, trying, failing, trying, failing, trying, failing, and learning along the way. So my hope and intention is that this will be a journey that helps me grow, and in sharing it, it also helps you grow, and that it inspires you to know that if I can do this, you can do this, because I'm just a person, and so are all of the people, or most of the people who start businesses and find a way to serve and move wealth through their lives by creating wealth. I'm really appreciating Myron Golden's definition of wealth as, wait, am I going to remember this? Your willingness and ability to create value for someone else. And when I tap into that definition of wealth, all of my like weird shit about money, or like the sort of grasping neediness that can come up, it dissolves. I know that every single one of us has something really valuable to share with the whole world, and that in sharing it, we get to be our most fully expressed selves. And the world I want to live in is the world where more and more people are living in our like lit up, fully expressed selves. So this also is a little bit of a call to you to open your mind to the possibility that entrepreneurship is the path for you. And if you're listening to this, then you probably already have had a moment of like ever being like, oh, I think I might want to start a business. And then probably have had the like, oh no, I really don't want to, because I know that it's so hard and it's scary, and I love the reliable steady paycheck that I get, and like there's so much unknown about entrepreneurship, and that is all extremely, extremely true. So I am going to be creating a membership program that is about preparing yourself for entrepreneurship, because one thing that I really deeply believe is you shouldn't start until you're ready, but when you're ready, you should absolutely begin. And what I'm going to be sharing in this program is everything that I wish that I had done before I actually left my steady corporate gig and began my entrepreneurship journey, which instead I've been doing this stuff and like changing my relationship with myself and learning to trust myself and take action and recognize when I'm in alignment. I have learned all of that in the crucible of already having started my business, and therefore sort of having the dragon's breath of, oh no, what if I don't make money, breathing down my neck. So I'm going to be creating a space where you can start to do that groundwork. And if you never have a moment where you decide I want to start a business, then you still will have all of this incredible personal development, alignment, self-trust, and power that supports you in living a big, courageous, brave, aligned, fully expressed, life, whatever the right path is for you. But if you do have that moment where you're like, I can't not start a business, you will have already done some of the most important, most difficult work to get ready. So that is going to be part of what I'm sharing along the way with this journey. And well, we're going to find out together what this all looks like, how often I'm going to be posting, what I'm going to be sharing. But I'm so glad and grateful to have you along with me for this ride. I know it's going to be an incredible adventure. And I'm really excited to find out where it takes me and where it takes all of us. Please comment, ask questions. What would you like to hear about? Again, this is going to be an unfolding journey. I'm not planning from this moment like how this channel is going to operate. It's going to be a process of just open-hearted finding out. Thank you so much, my friends. Remember, the world needs us, and we need the world. Love you.